Real talk, real people, real conversation. Week to week, this the place to get your inspiration. Go and sit back and unwind, sipping on your coldest glass of wine. This the home of girl bosses and the warriors. Went from tragedy to triumph and it's glorious. Ain't no question if they ask, they got that fire. This the podcast that came to Aspire. Welcome to Aspire Podcast, home of the real talk.
Hello, everybody. Hey, it is Jay, and we're on another episode of Aspired Podcast. I got an amazing guest today. I'm going to let you introduce yourself. Go ahead.
Okay. How y'all doing, everybody?
With the deep voice. Hello.
No. I had to admit, so I'm trying to. How you doing, everybody? My name is Chapman. Yeah.
Miss. That's it.
That's my name. Like,
tell. Listen, I know you better than that. You could give yourself an introduction. I am this person. I do this.
Okay.
Yes.
That part.
Come on.
Okay.
Rewind, everybody.
Right.
Take it. Go ahead.
All right. How y'all doing, everybody? My name is Chapman. I have a clothing brand. I have a nonprofit, 501c3. I do
it all.
Yeah.
You do
I got an album out now. You know
an album? That's one thing I didn't know about you.
Yeah. I don't rap though. I just put it together.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna ask more about that.
Mm-hmm.
So, Mr. Chapman.
Mm-hmm.
I gave everybody your government name. I'm sorry.
There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying?
Mr. Keith Chapman.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So, first thing is, how'd you get here? How'd you get to Mr. Chapman, starting all these different businesses?
Mm-hmm.
Like, where'd you come from? Where were you? Like, what was your childhood like? I want to know everything.
I ain't gonna lie. I had an amazing childhood. I had an amazing childhood. My childhood was lit. I can't even cap. I was
You had a good mama at home.
Yeah.
All that.
I had great parents. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had great parents.
Okay.
Where like I appreciate it more the older I got. Because then I could that. When you're a kid, you're not really realizing how good you got it because you're a kid. But then when the older you get and you look back at certain things, you be like,
I can't relate to that.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna let you take your word for it.
Yeah. So it was just like my parents really let me be a kid.
Okay.
That whole.
You grew up in Florida?
No.
Where are you from?
So look, this is the funny thing. People, I wasn't even born in.
You give me Southern vibes though.
Yeah.
Atlanta, you give me something.
So my dad's from Detroit. My mom's
really?
my mom's from Ohio. I was born in Ohio.
Ohio.
Yep, I was born.
You give me pure Southern.
I've been down here since I was 10, so I can't say.
I actually was 10 when I came down here too from New York.
Mm-hmm.
But I kept going back and forth, and then I lived there a little bit, came back like that. But
after 9/11,
that's when
I came down here. In
honey,
6th grade.
he just made me feel like 100. Chapman, what are you, 5? Young. I was in high school on 9/11.
Well, okay, let's see. It's just a couple years though.
Years. I'm sweating here.
I was in the 6th grade.
I was
so
not
I came
in
down
ninth
here
grade.
I came down here 5th grade, going into 6th grade.
I was a sophomore when 9/11 happened.
Okay.
So I'm aging myself. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, because when you graduated?
03.
03. Okay.
What year you graduated?
I was 08. You know what I'm saying? It's right there, though. It ain't no
You're a kind soul.
You know what I'm saying? It's right there, though. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? It's right there.
It's just right there. Listen, he's my best friend now.
Hey,
everybody comes out here, they're my besties. So you had a good childhood.
Yeah. I had a good childhood.
What made you want to... Let's talk nonprofit first,
Okay.
because I admired you for a long time before you hit me up. Before any of that, I was just like, this guy's doing real good things. I love that. I'm a supporter because I am working on my nonprofit too.
Okay, congratulations.
So I have a real big respect for people that now I made it and I'm not forgetting about where things came from. Were you? This matters, and I feel like it does matter. Were you poor growing up or okay?
No, I was good.
Because you had a comfortable
childhood. I was.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And especially I loved it, where my parents let me be a kid.
Like just genuinely.
You know what I'm saying? So we we didn't worry about.
I had to adult very young.
Yeah, I was a kid. Like I was like really like a kid. But no, like the house we grew up in, ice and different situation like that, like middle class.
Okay.
Yeah, middle class.
I just asked that because sometimes people that like I didn't come from nothing. I'll be honest with you. Don't think that they can do the things that you can do. So I just want to say, like, listen, I started a podcast from scratch, like all of that. So we can do, whether you come from middle class, having nothing, like dirt poor, or having it all. Like you really can do something with yourself if you want to.
And I agree to that 1,000%. Because one thing I did realize is like I started a lot of different things, and I was been doing a lot of different things, not because of got all the money or all the knowledge.
Well, that's what I wanted you to talk about because,
no.
like, everybody talks about triumph. Like, Chapman, you're doing great things, but how'd you get here? Yeah. It was hard work. It was a dedication. I was talking to a friend of mine earlier today. Like, it takes, like, hard work and dedication and determination that you want to still do this, whether it's easy. It's not easy.
You got to have the mindset.
Yeah.
Like, you have the mindset.
Because everyone can have, like, you can get money and everyone can have all the money if you really work for it. But if you're not really like doing the work, it's not gonna happen.
And the thing is too, so like even in like school, so like I went to school with people who like millionaires, but like as a kid, like
I didn't notice money, right? As a kid?
Yeah, well, you notice money as until he got a lot of shoes or his parents' car, like things
I
like
didn't
that.
notice money as a child.
Yeah, like
maybe because I was poor. I was like, we don't have it.
Like in high school type of thing.
Never noticed money, but I knew that I didn't have it. Like I knew by high school. So when I was younger, I didn't know I had. I felt regular. Yeah. But by high school and in Florida, I knew I didn't have any. Yeah. I didn't necessarily know who had what.
And then also too, from different things I've seen, as it depends on who's saying like what's money to you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Some people might think, oh, I got 100 bands, I got money. Some people saying like, well, shoot, I'm come from a lineage, like, you know what I'm saying?
Like $100 is what I wipe my butt with.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my parents will probably jump off a bridge if they see that I have 100,000 in my bank, in their bank account. Like, we're poor. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like,
so I grew up that way.
So it all depends on what certain people consider money.
So when you were young, you came here, you moved here and everything like that. How'd you start that nonprofit? And actually, which business was first?
Okay, yeah.
Because you're a full entrepreneur. Let's give you your flowers. You do a little bit of everything.
Yeah. So. I started my clothing brand first. So my clothing brand.
Tell everybody the name.
Yeah.
I know the name.
The clothing brand New West Orlando.
Okay.
So I trademarked the name New West Orlando. I trademarked the name Orlando vs. the World.
Which I love. I love that.
Thank you. So so it was New West Orlando was first. But then people think my name of my company is called New West Orlando. Okay. But the name of my company is called Creative Dreams.
Great. I love that. Yeah. I didn't know that. So I'm glad. I did my research on you, but not all of it. Because I wanted to be like, oh, damn, you
got to say something for the podcast.
Yeah, I got to learn things. Yeah. So, okay. So Creative Dreams. I love that.
So Creative with a K, because my name is Keith. Yeah. And then Dreams with 3 Z's, because I get a lot of my ideas when I'm asleep.
So I tell people I don't sleep. I have trouble sleeping. That I do my best thinking and my best dreaming when I'm sleeping. Yeah. So
I have sleep apnea. So I'm
up, so funny because
I'm up all night.
He's like okay. Yeah. I'm laughing, but I'm almost there with you. That's right.
Yeah.
I'm laughing. I just got my sleep study.
Yeah. But they said.
I have an appointment tomorrow, but because
so you had to have
the whole
to the thing
all that. Yes. Yep. That's so funny.
Yeah, I was diagnosed with sleep apnea when I was
young. You're young now.
Like fourth grade.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So I have an uncle that has it, but you do your best work at night. Yeah. Like I stay up and I'm like, oh, this would be a great podcast. Yeah. Oh, this would be a great nonprofit thing. This would be a great like. That's when I'll be up at
like 4 a.m. like it's 2 in the afternoon.
Same. Yeah. I've always been like that as a child. Everything like my creativity comes at night. Yep. I don't know. I thought I was a demon spawn, but I guess I'm more normal.
No, you know what I'm saying? And I'll be up all let's say My time frames is like crazy. Like it's crazy.
I do my best work between 2 and 4.
Okay. So
that's when so sometimes I'll fall asleep early, right? Mm-hmm. And then see, it's noon for me, but by midnight I'm up and then I'm like fiery and I want to do stuff. So I'll get quiet, I'll get on my computer.
Like I'll be up to, let's say, okay, what time is it now? So it's 7. So I'll be up
sweating
all the way to, let's say about, I don't know, probably like 11 or 12. I'll take me a nap.
Because I don't sleep at night. I take naps.
That's
right.
Yeah. Nap.
And I don't nap during the day. This is genuinely, but I wonder if it's like a creative thing.
Yeah, I don't
You
know.
guys have to come, like, somebody talk to me at some point and tell me, is it a creative thing where you're just like, your juices are flowing, you're like, I can't sleep now? This is when I gotta do something.
I'm up.
I'll create a flyer for the podcast. I'll do something, and it's like 2 in the morning. And then
my body don't shut down until around that 12, 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
I ain't shutting down.
That's when I get sleepy.
So I'm weird because I do get sleepy like
but I'll be
right
up
after
early,
lunch.
like 7 in the morning, 8 in the morning, 9 in the morning. I'm
that's
up.
early to you. So I could go on 2 hours. So I'll fall asleep at 4. I'm up by 5:30, 6 o'clock, and I'm going on because I work a normal job.
Yeah.
Do you work a normal job?
No.
Okay, so you're just like, dang, I'm trying to be like you, Mr. Chapman.
I'm just. Like,
I do still work a normal job, but it's a grind.
It's a grind. It's a grind. It's a sacrifice. And then like one of the situations that like I realized a lot of different stuff to where during COVID. So during COVID, like okay, so before I had my business before COVID, but COVID was definitely like a reinsurance.
If not now,
like
when?
Yeah, like a reinsurance, like as into like what I'm doing is the right thing, and then like when other people might have been with their businesses or their jobs
I agree
for
with
10,
that.
15 years and they got let go and now they got
that actually happened to me.
You know what I'm saying? And then they got to start from scratch.
Yeah.
And then then they'll like reach out to me like, yo, like what do you doing? Like like how do I start this, or you know what I'm saying, where I trademark this at? And
so for me it wasn't COVID. I had a health scare, like I had cancer. So I was like, and it was 2022, but I found out like early 2022, had some surgery towards the end of 2022, but that was the year that was just like, why am I sitting on all these dreams? Like, why am I not doing it? COVID kind of got me thinking about it, but really was like I could be dead tomorrow. What am I doing?
But God.
Exactly. But God, because I'm still here.
That's
what
I'm saying. But
so
God,
like, don't waste the opportunity to do something with yourself.
Yeah. Speaking of what you're saying about cancer, so it's this organization that I've been working with. It's called the Cure Bowl.
I saw.
Yes. So shout out. Shout out to the Cure Bowl.
I have a lot of respect for you because you work
Jordan.
with all kinds of people. Like you work with. I mean, I saw you had a school drive, which like for me, anything for the kids. So I'm big on food. I'm big on people that are destitute. I had my own situation, not for myself, but family members. So it's like I'm big on those causes because I can relate to them, and I know what it's like to be in the opposite seat of not getting the help. Yeah. But I feel, do you have any causes that are closer to your heart because of that?
Certain things like kids, anything with really kids, we have some in my heart. Women with children trying to just like make it, you know what I'm saying, type of situation. Because like when I was growing, that's why I really got into the nonprofit. So growing up, my mom, she had a nonprofit. So when I was a kid, my mom, she had a nonprofit for teen unwed mothers. Okay. Because she was she was a teen unwed mother, right? So you know the whole thing where
you do what you know sometimes.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
And then you know, with a lot of the females, when they're teenagers, you know, they get pregnant, they get, you know, kicked out the house, or you know, different things like that. I
haven't experienced that, but I've seen it.
Yeah, so it's like a lot of different situations.
And usually teens are more likely to get domestic violence, like
it's opened the whole can of worms. And then if you go deeper into the situation, probably the parents might not have been around, or like different situations, or like, okay, well, and in their defense, you know, there's a lot of different scenarios.
I agree.
But if the parents are working 2-3 jobs and you got open house you know what I'm saying, as a teenager, you know, yeah, ain't nobody over here.
I know a lot of people that had kids in my high school because of that. Like their parents, sometimes immigrants, that like they're coming for a better education for their kids and better environment.
And they were the cool kids.
Yeah.
They were like.
So for me growing up, like, oh, you got pregnant in high school, girl, you were known. Like you, the guy that got you pregnant is known. Like everybody, like that made them somehow popular.
Yeah.
It's crazy how
like
that
like the whole where the whole situation, like you might have, the female might be in the 9th or 10th grade and their boyfriend is pulling up from college.
Well, first of all, from college.
From college. Like, yeah, he was a senior last year. Now he's in college or something like that.
So,
and all.
But it was a thing. So like, what made you want to just work for yourself? Because like
I kept getting fired from all my other jobs. I got fired from all my jobs. I'll go to sleep.
Oh, okay.
I'll go to sleep.
So it was just like you were just like bored. Because I'm raising men. I have 2 boys at home, very creative, like very artistic, and they're not afraid of hard work, but they are afraid to work for people. Yeah. If that makes sense. Like they're still like, minors, but it's just I could never. That's where I'm at right now.
I could never work for anybody. In different ways.
Like a do or die, right?
No, it was it was a mixture. Okay. So a mixture of being spoiled. You know what I'm saying? Then
I don't know what that's like.
Well, no, I'm saying,
when
like,
I get there, I'll let you know.
No, I'm saying, so it's a mixture of being spoiled. You know what I'm saying? Then it's spoiled, like adds into like it's
like entitlement.
Well, no, not entitlement. Like in general, like I don't really got to be here. Like
okay.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like
hey,
Mom, they tripping. Like, yeah, he's talking about.
Mom and Dad is gonna handle it for me.
Like, who you yelling at?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so
I can't relate.
Yeah, so it's different between being spoiled, not really wanting to do it in the first place, having a creative mindset.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Creatives have a hard time just sitting down.
Yeah, and then like I said, sitting down, like
I could sit down if I got to
sit here all day and like do computer work.
Yeah, that's where I'm at right now.
I'm gonna go to sleep.
That's wild.
I'll get super sleepy. Not like go to sleep as until like, man, fuck this shit. Go to sleep as until like, damn, oh my god.
What time is it?
Yeah, I need to walk around.
You started at 8 and it's 8:15 and you're like, oh damn.
And then remember, I'm up all night. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like my time frame, I'm up all night.
It's
like,
crazy.
I get sleepy and
I would be so even now I work a corporate job, but I would be so tired and still manage to make my way through the day. But with like, what am I doing?
Yeah, I could be up, but I'm zombie mode. Like, whoa.
Because if it's not feeding you here or here, it's not working.
Yeah, like, and then it just, so it's like a mixture of all the different things. So then, like, me to get fired from all my different jobs. So when the last job that I got fired from, right? So I worked the security job, right, at the Rosen Hotel.
I can't even picture that. Like
so,
that.
Night shift.
That wasn't your calling.
Straight night shift. You know what I'm saying? So like, I only like to work the night shift as a security guard because nobody's around, so I can go to sleep if I want to. You know what I'm saying? So like, if I
and that's an easy job. Let's keep it real.
Easy,
like,
super
what are
easy.
you doing for a hotel too? What are you securing?
Nothing.
Thank you.
I'm in a room, sleep sometimes.
You have access to everything.
I got the
I go to a spa.
I got the what's the thing called the microphone or whatever walkie-talkie thing is right here loud.
Microphone. You're not meant to be a security guard.
I'm in a bed, knocked out, sleep, wake up, like, all right, it's 4 a.m, go do my little patrols. I had it all down pat. But I just got fired from like different things, my points, like points. Oh, you don't have your your name tag. Oh, that's a point. Oh, okay, your belt. So you have a point. So I got fired from it, right? But before I got fired, I was walking around doing my patrols. Okay. And it was an older Brazilian guy, right? So he came to me, and this is so I've been in business now 9 years. So this was probably about maybe 10, 11 years ago. So he came up to me. So I got in trouble for everything. So he came up to me and he said, "My friend," he like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm doing my patrol." I was in the defense mode. He like, "No," he like, "What you doing with your life?" Like he like, you know what I'm saying? Like you're young, you should do something. And then I started to think about it, like, damn, like your checks and my checks are the same checks. I don't have no kids. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no wife. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'm just doing it just to maintain, just where I can get some clothes here or a blown haircut, vibe like that. I'm like, so now I thought about it, I'm like, damn, I don't know how the hell you do it because we really get paid the same shit. and you are in your whatever 50s, 60s.
That's kind of sad though, right?
Yeah. And when he said that, it just clicked in my head. I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta figure this out.
Cause this ain't the life.
This ain't it.
Yeah.
This ain't it. You know what I'm saying? And then at the same time too, like even like my background, I didn't have like I ain't got no college degree and all that other stuff like that. So it was going to continue on. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Do you think passion outweighs education?
For sure.
Yeah, because some people are truly educated.
It's like,
it depends.
It depends.
Right?
Well, you need a mixture of both. Now, like common sense type of, you know what I'm saying?
But if you're not passionate about anything and you're educated in it, so like, for example, I got a IT certification. I did all that because I was working in the field.
Okay.
They needed me to level up, so I did. Hated it. Loved the job because I was in project management. Okay. But when it came to IT work, no, like it wasn't my thing. Yeah. And I was just like,
what was your passion?
Because I didn't have that passion for none of that. I had passion to teach people. Okay. So I was a great project manager. Okay. I did like amazing. That was where I thrived. But because I am good with people, I want to teach people. I want to connect with people. But honey, I'm not sitting there writing code. Leave me alone with that. So I was like, what am I doing? Yeah. So for that, like I remember the company I was working for got sold out, and I was just like, phew. Yeah. It was almost like a blessing in disguise. I don't want to do this shit. I loved the job I had. Yeah. But I was like, if they made me go into like real IT work, honey, like that's just not for me. And people love money. Yeah. They make good money at doing this stuff, but money doesn't really satisfy me.
So I was working for myself for a few years, and then it was this hookah company. They wanted to link with me and, different situations like that. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I was doing different things for them. And then it was all cool, introducing them to stuff and introducing them to people. I can do that with my eyes closed, right? But then they're like, all right.
You're a people person.
Yeah.
You have to be in this industry. Yeah. You have to be, yeah.
Then they said, okay, hey, we want you to come in and on the laptop, do a spreadsheet,
and you're like, what?
Put all like your info, like your relation, like your numbers.
I know how to do it. I don't like it.
Yeah, and I'm like in my head, different things, red flags. One, I'm like, hold on, you want me to take all my contacts and put it in on a spreadsheet?
They were taking your stuff.
You know what I'm saying? But
they were taking your.
Do you think I did that?
They were exactly.
I was in that bed going to sleep. I was asleep. I'm like.
He was like, oh, let me write down my mama's number.
I'm sitting there like, I am not finna
Did
put
you
in
ever
the
go through stuff where because I feel like now, this is new, like been a year and some change, but now I feel like I'm really hitting my stride. Did you feel like people changed with you in a way or respected you less in some cases? Because sometimes people want you to win, just not... for the reasons that you think. Yeah. And they want you to win, but not to where you're winning better than them. That's
a great question, right?
Yes.
So I can say, all right. So
I'm sure
all my life, and you know what I'm saying, growing up, respectfully, I've been a popular person, right? Okay. So I've been whatever say in school, whatever like that. They said class clown, and you know what I'm saying. I've just always been Chapman, right? Yeah. So. All different things like that. And then, even in business, when I was starting and everything like that, people like, yeah, blah, blah. I can say all the way up to about like 2 years ago, I can start saying and I start feeling more of the hatred.
And it's crazy because it's not from the people that you think it's going to be from. So I feel like I'm experiencing that now because I think most people thought, oh, that first year, she's not going to do any better. And like, I feel like I'm growing. I'm making it a real business. But I don't feel like I've lost people. I feel like sucks for you.
Oh yeah, no.
Sucks for you. Like,
I don't feel like I lost anybody. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, just
like,
growth.
And people grow. And that's the thing that people don't want you to grow in
they don't want you. Right? They don't really want you to grow.
They don't. They're like, but not loudly and not proudly. You know what I'm saying?
One of the things I have, like, I'm getting better at as a person is to knowing how to maneuver through certain different situations.
Through the BS.
Let's through the BS. Through the BS, right? Yeah. And especially it's so hard in the black community, right? So it's very hard.
You don't know these Latinos, they be tough.
But y'all stick together though. Spanish people stick together.
Not it.
No, I know, but on the thing though.
No. Let's clarify this.
It's the same in a way though, because at the same time
they pat you on the back and stab you in the back at the same time.
At least you even get a stab in the back. at least you're close enough to where at least I'm patting you in the back. Like when somebody say like.
But I don't know which is worse.
Everything is only in the African American community. Like Haitians, they stick together. Jamaicans stick together.
I could agree with
Puerto
that
Ricans
too.
stick together. Dominican. Like when somebody say, "Hey, I'm Cuban," okay, they gonna still give you the benefit of the doubt. Somebody can sit there, "I'm black, you black." Nigga, I still don't like the fuck.
And
yeah,
you
know what I'm saying?
So do you think
it's very hard? It's very hard.
I never got that.
Hard.
Well, obviously I'm not black, but most of my friends are. So I feel like I've seen where it's like pure. Maybe you're onto something, because I feel like now that I'm growing, you become more confident in it. So like I was doing this with like almost a shyness, because I'm not a camera person, right? I'm a talk.
Yeah,
I could talk your ear off, but I was never this. I don't like attention.
Okay.
But I'm good at being assertive and speaking my mind. So that was good. But the minute that it became where attention came, I don't care. I don't need attention. I want to tell people stories. Yeah. But that's when the nonsense started to happen. Yeah. She ain't that good. You know, like it's crazy. Yeah. But I think everybody deals with it just different.
Yeah, and it's just different. And it's all different. And then like you said, I'm getting better at knowing how to maneuver through certain situations.
And kind of like you're so sure of yourself. Like I could tell that you're a person that knows who they are. Like I'm not gonna deal with this bullshit. I'm not gonna deal with that. But you're also a kind person. So you're like I could tell that you're one of those people that really thinks about the thing, like the situation. Like, man, I really want to figure this out. Yeah. But at the same time, you're not losing no sleep. No, you lose sleep for your own purposes.
And then like I said, like I said, maneuvering through it to where like how I respond to certain stuff.
Because they don't deserve. I don't feel like people deserve a response.
I gotta get better at responding to certain things.
So do you come at people with a like rough or
no,
like at the point where it's like it don't matter?
Well, no, like as into like a vibe where I can go into a situation where just in general, like my intentions is good, my energy is good, my vibes is good. I'm coming in there adding to like, and then
you're adding to the situation.
Yeah, and then once I feel like adding to like I'm getting like backed in a little bit. Oh, I'm finna to go all the way out. Like I'm finna go all the way out.
Shining more, right?
Yeah, I'm like
you come in here humble, but still you. But if someone comes, because that's where I'm at too. If someone comes at you a certain way, so I'm gonna shine brighter.
Yeah, like I'm going. Like, and like one thing I do is, or like I can look myself in the mirror and different things like that. I can check myself. Like I can be like, hey, change your energy.
It's accountability. I talked about that last week. Yeah,
I can do that.
As you should.
all the time, right? So, if it's a situation where I'm going in, like if I'm driving over here and I'm saying, ooh, I'm finna say this, say that, and then I'm like, no, don't say that, and then
I don't think like that.
Yeah, but then the situation happens, and you're like, bro, you shouldn't even have that energy in the first place. So now I feel like I was in the wrong, so I shouldn't have did that. But if I come in,
matching energy.
Yeah, but if I come in like automatically with my intention is all the way pure, and then I feel like now it's like where okay, I'm getting shot at. All right, then it's like flip the script. I'm shooting back to you know what I'm saying. Like I gotta know how to just relax.
For me, I'm usually the second part where it's like I'm not coming in here with the intentions. My intentions are pure. You don't have to believe that. I don't give a crap who believes what. But my intentions are pure. If you feel some type of way and you didn't conversate and you didn't tell me, and now we're in a situation where it's combative, honey, I'm not stepping down. No. And that's where people take kindness for weakness sometimes in this business, right?
Right. So look, I feel the same way, right? But then what happens is me not stepping down. Them little clips is he's stirring the pot. Now he's now he's.
That's your show.
You know what I'm saying? Like now he's Chapman at it again. I'm like,
I actually
you didn't see the whole hour of them fucking with
that
me.
That part.
And then that 2 minutes.
That. So then you're
and then now
honey, I already know.
You know what I'm saying? Be like, but y'all didn't see this shit.
You have to be okay.
Yeah, put him on.
Put him on. So for me,
I gotta come up with another one.
For me, well, I love your show, by the way.
Thank you.
I have checked it out. I have to. You can't just come on here and me not know nothing about you.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Plus, I have a level of
But I'm saying,
respect.
did you know that I had two?
No.
So I have.
So
I have
speak
two.
on it. Tell people. Like,
so okay, so I
got
got two podcasts, right?
Okay,
so
I know Stir the Pot.
I got one podcast called Build Too Real for You podcast.
I didn't know.
Yeah, so with the it's a blog page called Fourth Quarter. Okay. So me and Fourth Quarter, we got a
check it out, people.
Yeah,
check it out.
It's on all platforms, everything like that. Too Real for You podcast, right?
Okay.
But then we cover like sports, entertainment, trending topic type of vibe like that. But then I have more of like a business one. It's called Build the O.
Okay.
So with my partner, his name is Jordan Edwards. Okay. So he's a
whole government name.
Yeah, no, but his name is Jordan Edwards, right? So he's a roofer. So he roofers and roof contracts. He has the roof companies all through the country. Now he ain't up there doing it. That's just, you know what I'm saying?
You started probably doing
it.
Yeah,
you know, hey man, shout out Jordan Edwards. Jordan the big dog. Right now
he's big dog.
Yeah. Right now like he just, I think I was looking on his story, and that's why I was talking about as when you were talking about money, right?
Yeah.
So one of the things I'm going back, but one thing I was seeing from the school that I went to. So I went to Olympia and Dr. Phillips, right?
Oh, so he did go with kids that have money.
Yeah, like with real money. You know what I'm saying?
Real money.
And then when seeing it though through the years, like I seen what like real money looks like, and then I seen also too where people like
where the perception.
Yeah, the perception of money.
Yes.
So
there's a difference.
Being the type of person I always was, I could be in Bay Hill with my white friends. You know what I'm saying, for the whole weekend. Right, and then
my white friends thought I had money.
Yeah, and I ain't gonna lie, but the thing though, with the white friends that I know, like they was actually friends with me because who I was, not because of money. And then once I actually seen people who actually really have money and how they move and how they interact, I'm like, you'll see them with their clothes, you like, bro, like, why are you wearing, like, bro, come on now. like, come on, bro. Like, you live in the Bay Hill, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Look at this house. Bro, come on now. They don't care about none of that stuff. It's true. You know what I mean?
True and then like people, certain ones.
Fact. And then I can even then the next weekend I can go to my friend's house in Carver Shores for the whole weekend. Yeah. So
I actually know Carver Shores. Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? So knowing how both walks of life, it helped me out a lot.
That was big for me too. My whole life, I always was the kid that was with like friends with anyone.
Yep.
Like if you were new to the school, hey, nice to meet you. Why? Because I feel like that gave me my eclectic feeling. Like I know what it is and to be around people with real money, and then people who like put together. Listen, me and my bestie, I love you. Shout out, Melly. We used to put $1 together to get this giant cookie at lunch. Like we was poor, you know. But I surrounded myself with all of that.
But you was also too. That's what I said. Like being a kid.
Yeah.
You're a child. Mm-hmm. So being a child, cause then what about this though?
Florida was an eye.
But let's say you was in school, right? Yeah. In middle school, high school, whatever, and you walking around with thousands of dollars in your pocket. Okay, how are you getting this thousands of dollars?
Exactly. It's not your money.
It's not.
It's never your money.
Let's say it is your money.
It's how'd you get that?
Like, what are you really now doing to put yourself in these positions to, you know what I'm saying? So that's why, like, being a kid, like, it's good to be a kid. That's why even with my foundation is to where we're helping the kids in different situations to where, like,
we need to do a collab because I really have been, and I've been thinking about you in this, is that I want to come together and do like a workshop for kids having self-esteem issues, and I want to bring the arts to the world. Like I want to bring them, because for me, what saved me, I used to do dance. All of that saved me from feeling less than, especially in I came to Orlando when Orlando wasn't Orlando like it is now, and there wasn't diversity. I had dark long hair to my knees and like I looked different, but I felt so different too. I want to bring the kids together that are interested in the arts but don't have that voice or don't know or don't think that they can. Yeah. I've been seeing you because you do a lot for kids.
Yeah, like the kids are very, very creative nowadays, right? Yeah. So like their mindsets are like
spoken. Yeah. Like I didn't have that. I was like, yo, shut your mouth.
But the thing is too is because of the phones.
Well, true.
Like the
phones. Because they think they can. Like, tell this person off.
Because look, the adults are doing it.
Yeah. Like, adults are nasty.
and on the phone, like where like they following the same people we following. They listen to the same music we listen to.
I agree.
They wearing the same clothes.
I have a 17 and 12-year-old.
Yeah.
And they know music. They know. Yeah. They know.
So they know all what's
they
know what's going on. They're very aware.
So that's the difference between our generation and theirs is that we were only aware of what people told us unless we were really intuitive and paid attention. But these kids know.
No.
Like, they're not dumb.
They'll know. They know what's going on. So that's why, like, even with my foundation, we're creating different situations for the kids, meaning to where, like, there's a whole bunch of kids. They're in this era where they want to be content creators. Mm-hmm. So who are we to be the old head to be like, man, you ain't we on podcast.
So that is why I really want to do this, because it's something that is like, you can be whatever the hell. Like, there's no information. The typical job is out. Like, I feel like, yes, the doctors, lawyers, all of these things are needed, but like, you don't have to make your money the way our parents made money. Yeah. Like, there's so many different outlets.
We shouldn't.
And we shouldn't, because like they're working 2, 3, 4 jobs just to make ends meet.
Yeah.
Versus, like I posted something today where it's just like, just a mic, like just a thought, just anything, you can create something.
You can.
And that's where I feel like our kids need to know that, because a lot of people are like, you need even the father of my kids is like very, very much, you need to get a normal job, like blue collar job. They're like, why? Yeah. Why do you? If you're going to you can probably make more money using your voice, using your talents.
And also too, for the people who do have regular jobs, I salute them.
I have a regular job still.
It's just the fact that like, where like, even like with my mindset, when people ask me, they say, okay, Chapman, what's your end goal? End goal? Like, like where you want to go with this?
Why do you have to have one?
I don't like to even really speak on it with a lot of these random people, because like my mindset is so big, and I don't want to even try to dumb it down, and people understand it. So when people ask me what I want to do,
can't understand what you don't like. You can't explain what you don't understand.
No, facts.
People won't understand. And
facts. When people they ask like, okay, what do you want to do? Type of, at the end goal, I said I want to be like Dr. Phillips. Yeah. And they said, huh? And I'm like, well, Dr. Phillips was a real person. Dr. Phillips wasn't just.
Well, people don't know.
Dr. Phillips, like the way Dr. Phillips set up the Phillips family, is
for
remarkable.
Forever,
like
they will be known, right?
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like in different ways. You know what I'm saying? They got the school, they got the hospital, they got the areas,
the whole area. Do you believe in legacy? Because a lot of people that I'm learning, but see, it's so crazy because a lot of people that I'm talking to, some don't, and I'm like, well, what is it for?
Yeah,
right?
I tell people. What are
you doing this for?
Yeah, I tell people I hustle for my last name, not my first name.
Yeah, because there's many Keiths.
Yeah.
But when you think of you. I will know you as Chapman.
Yeah.
I for Chapman, right? Like that's what I'll know you for.
Yep. And that's my last name.
Exactly. And I feel like people have lost sight of your name is a brand. Your name is who you are. I don't feel like people think like that anymore.
Yeah.
I want to leave a legacy. What the hell am I working for?
And then when I realized it too, it's like, who are the people?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's some people who see and be inspired, and some people who see it like,
Do you think that people, even if you inspire them, are not going to tell you that because they view you as competition? Is that a thing?
And then and then it goes back into what demographic and who we speaking on. It might be somebody to where for a fact we're not in competition. We're not even on the same playing field.
Anyone
but I still don't want to
compete with anyone.
Yeah, like you. But
you, I'm me. There's so many things, podcasts and everything, or whatever you do. If you're a trainer, if you're a rapper, like. I genuinely feel like no one can compete against the other person because you're just not that person.
Yeah.
And genuinity is a thing, and people thrive. I feel like you're pretty. Like I'm just saying, I never met you. I never met him before today, but I know a lot about you. I know a lot of people that know you. Like even my studio manager knows it.
Yeah, big dog.
But I'm just saying, like, you cannot have that mindset of like, I'm competing in this world. You have to come in. This is my passion. This is what I want to do. I'm going to find my niche. I'm going to find my people that actually care about your business, your clothing line, your podcast, your nonprofit. I mean, he even knows Dan Lulin, right? Like, you know a lot of people in the community.
No. Hold on, time out. No, Dan Morgan.
Oh, sorry, Morgan.
Come on.
I know you know
Dan
somebody.
Morgan. Man, shout out to D-Mo. Dan Morgan.
I'm like, but you're a community person and not like, you don't give me the vibe of I'm doing this for the attention. You're just genuinely a community person.
Yeah, and that's why like it's a different, right? So like there's something where like I can see something and I get inspired by it.
Absolutely.
But as into me trying to imitate or do or be that person, I could never be that. You know what I'm saying?
It comes off so fake for me that I just genuinely can't.
And it stands out and it shows, right? So like I say, in different things, in different ways. So let's say flipping it back to where like say with money, right? For somebody who knows what money looks like and how money really is and what they got money, you know what I'm saying? Those people, they're not walking around wearing certain things.
Because they don't have to.
They don't have to because it's like, I know what it's like. Same thing as somebody who's really from the streets. Yeah. Somebody who's really from the streets or really been through certain things. They don't have to go around like, man, you know what I got. Like, whoa.
Like, I always equate this thing where when people are like, I'm a man. No, you're not. Because anyone that really is and feel that they are, don't have to announce it. Thank you.
You gotta keep saying it.
I'm a podcaster. I'm a business person. I don't have to tell nobody any of those things because that's just who I am. Yeah. So it's just one of those things of like
a black person walking around saying, "Man, nigga, I ate chicken today, boy. You know how I ate chicken." You be like, okay.
It was that bread and fried stuff. Like, yeah, like you want to eat Popeyes? Like, no. That's what I'm saying. Like, what is understood doesn't have to be explained. You don't. And half the time, people don't understand. I'm sorry. You know? Do you think that there's going to be a change or a shift in business people like us that try? Well, I can't even put myself on your level. That do things. No, hold on. We ain't gonna do. We're not gonna dumb down anything you got going on. I'm not dumbing it down, but I know that like there's so much room for growth. It's not about dumbing it down.
I got a lot of room for growth.
Do you think that there's gonna be a real shift in like this is the way that everybody makes their money?
I think it's already shifting. Okay. And then one of the things is I like about it so much is to where I love how the city's growing to where it's like.
Our city has changed.
Yeah, right? it's changed so much to where I love the way it's like it's so many more people coming here from other places. Yeah. And with them actually coming from other places, it's kind of like a yes in my head in different ways is because it's like, all right, people coming in with different mindsets, people coming in from different experiences, and they're coming in as I'm coming to a new city. Who can I tap in with? Who I really want to link with.
The flies on the walls, they want to really learn. Yeah. So I feel like I'm that. Like I don't need to be the head.
No, you ain't a fly on the wall because the fly is just like a fly.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't agree because I feel like yes, I'll sit on that wall and I'll learn and I'll because there's always a learning lesson.
Why when flies come, what is flies really attracted to?
This guy.
Shit.
Yeah,
this bullshit.
But sometimes you gotta
you ain't never seen a fly.
The bullshit.
But so you ain't never really seen like a fly and be like, ooh, this fly's here for a purpose. This fly
I'm here for a purpose though.
Exactly, because that's why you're not a fly.
I like the way you think.
Know what I'm saying?
I like the way you think. I can't even get mad at it.
A fly could be on the wall and they're on the wall, but like you know you're not supposed to be here, so you just stay there before I come up there and just smack you down.
But those are the ones that
you're supposed to be in the room you're supposed to be in.
Well, I love that. I actually love that. I'll take it. I'll change my mindset a little bit because I love that. Because sometimes because of being humble, and this has made me where like business people don't see me as a business person per se, is that I come more humble than most.
What's the business person?
And who knows, right?
I'm saying like where they got a
no, it's not. It's just maybe people that are more established. I should say that because
and then it goes back to a different.
Exactly.
What do you consider established?
And what is my end goal? I don't have an end goal.
Exactly.
For me, is I just want to do this and create and feed my soul and be able to change lives forever. I don't have an end goal because I don't know what that looks like. It keeps going.
The marathon continues.
You cannot
Shout out to Nipsey.
put me. I love me some Nipsey, but you cannot put me in. And I get that question like, what's the point? What are you trying to accomplish? Everything.
They ask me that all the time. They said Chapman, like, what are you really trying to do? They said you got a podcast, you got a nonprofit, you got a clothing brand,
but
you do
who's
music.
To say that you have to stop at anything, right?
And I'm not.
Exactly.
I'm
that's where I'm at. That's where my mindset is.
You got to keep going.
What inspires you to create, to do what? Like you don't have kids, you're not
married.
Yeah,
like you said, like a legacy
what?
To where one day I do want to have kids. You know what I'm saying? One day I want my kids to where when they're in the bus loop and they in their big body whatever, where the parents and they're like, he don't need all that, because I seen it with my own eyes. I seen at Dr. Phillips when Trey Griffey and you know what I'm saying they pulling up in and be like, that's a legacy that they parents built for them. That's the legacy
because a lot of people think money. He had it handed to him, but you don't know the hard work that his parents. So for me, it's like, my kids don't have the world.
And one thing I realized though, from some of the most richest people, you know what I'm saying? Well, that ain't really rich. Wealthiest people that I know, their parents didn't hand them to them.
No.
So like I have a friend, right? Quick little thing, right? So I have a friend, and this ain't like telling nobody business, but this is a fact. So I have a friend. They're family. They're called the Oni. The last name is the Onis, right? So I have a friend. His name is Wade Oni. Wade Oni Jr.
Hey, Wade Oni.
So Wade Oni, his dad owns all the Papa John's and Qdoba's in Orlando.
Okay.
Right. So I
like pizza.
Right. So huge Magic fan.
Okay.
The reason why when the Magic win and Papa John's half off is because of Mr. Oni.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the Onis, right?
Yeah.
So they got they loaded. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Oni ain't like through the years from when I was around.
Experience too.
Mr. Oni, he wasn't giving Wade money. He was giving Wade knowledge, opportunities, and different things like that to grow. Like that, now, the man that Wade grew up into is amazing, and I salute it because Wade could have been just a spoiled kid playing golf all day and daddy just giving him money. But no, Mr. Oni made him work for everything that he got now. So now the mindset and the business driven that Wade is in now.
Because I'm sure Mr. Oni didn't get it handed and he had to work for it.
He grinded. So, like he started as a pizza delivery driver and like he worked it all the way up to where now it just,
hey, I'm gonna work for the summer and I'm gonna do this. That. So I didn't have it. My kids have more than what I had, which is the point, right? What are we doing if it's not to better our children? But now I know that they'll be set up with the mindset and they work. Like my son goes to work with his dad and like actually works. And I think I'm doing something. Yeah. I'm leaving something behind because I never got a thing just said here. Yeah.
It's bigger than you.
And then what's the point if it's not bigger than you, right? Like you're doing things that maybe at first was like, well, I'm bored. I have to do something that's not a 9 to 5. I have to do something where people are not telling me what to do, but I'm leaving something bigger than myself.
And also too, right? So 9 years ago when I came up with the whole concept New West Orlando, right? Now I'll be sitting there capping saying, oh, well, I seen the gentrification happening and I'll be lying. But what my mindset was I wanted to represent Orlando. I wanted to represent the side that I was from. Yeah. But also too, I wanted to say, okay, it's a new energy, new vibe, new generation, to where like, okay, it ain't the same as of the old bullshit because that West Orlando was on.
At the time, probably 9-10 years ago, that was the thought. Oh, you going to the West Side? Like what? Like we're on the West Side right now.
And then it still is in different ways. You know what I'm saying? If somebody sat there and said like, okay, boom, if somebody's like everybody from different walks of life, and they say, okay, let's have a meeting. Okay, where you want to have a meeting at? Let's meet in West Orlando. Everybody like, where?
Why?
You know what I'm saying?
When I even tell people, hey, like, this is the address, we're kind of borderline right now, right?
Oh, yeah?
Like, you go another 10 minutes either way. And
10 minutes? More like 30 seconds.
Yeah. But, yeah. And then, so I tell people, this
either
is
direction.
the address. No, that's what I'm saying. Either direction. You're going to meet something.
Yeah.
I still get that. And I'm like, but this is where the businesses are. This is where people are not, like, where maybe they didn't come from nothing, but they're going to end somewhere. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I never had that mindset. Yeah, I live on the east side now. I do. Yeah. I lived on the east side always, but I never had that bad connotation with any side of Orlando.
And that's why, things would be, things are, that's why even with the new West Orlando, it's like, what's being publicized. Yeah. I feel East Orlando got way more crime than West Orlando. Yeah. It just don't get publicized and promoted. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I had you guys happen to me East Orlando,
East Orlando has different type of crime. Like, we're like some different type of West Orlando got more probably like this violent, physical crimes.
Drugs or, like, black on black crime. Yes. But over there, kids are getting snatched. Women are getting killed and raped.
Different.
Like, it's a whole different vibe, but nobody talks about it, right?
Yeah, at all.
What is your goal when it comes to? Because I don't want to say end goal, because that's just not a thing. I feel like when you're a creative and when you want to try to change the world,
okay. So, sir, I know you're trying to
a close goal. Like, what is something that you're trying to work on for the next 5 years or something?
Because I want to be on. I visualized it. I seen it. I'm gonna be on Forbes, right?
He said Forbes.
So I'm gonna be sitting down with the lady. You know what I'm saying, on Forbes, blah blah, and shit like. Hey, so Mr. Chapman, you know what I'm saying? Boom, we looked at seeing your, portfolio and blah blah, and then where it's at nowadays is mind-boggling. How did you do it? And then I get to tell my story all over again.
Yeah. It's the storytelling for me. Mm-hmm. This is why I'm here. Like, I feel like everybody assumes things about people and presumptions are real. Yeah. And I get to have somebody have a voice about their story, tell their story, so that somebody else is like, yo, that happened to me. This is me. So, like, there is a little Chapman out there like, yo, I could do this. Yeah.
And that's all that's really,
the whole point, right?
You know what I'm saying? To inspire, you know what I'm saying? At the same time, too, is like, I like to give out information and knowledge because people didn't give it to me. You know what I'm saying? People didn't give me knowledge. Do you think
a lot of people hold on to things because they don't want you to better them, like, to better you? It's so crazy. In this field, it's
but also, too, sometimes. It goes into where how I look at things is to where if I ask somebody for some knowledge or something like that and they don't give it to me, I don't take offense to it.
Okay. I don't either.
Yeah, I look at it as until one, I wasn't probably God blocking me to where, protecting me to where I wasn't supposed to link with this person in the first place. Yeah. Because I'm the type of person. I'm the type of person where if somebody do something for me or help me out on anything, you can say, "Hey, Chapman, your knees is ashy." Oh, dang, I appreciate it. I'm gonna look at you as to like
about your ashy knees.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take it as to like I rock with you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because you're helping me out in even if it's the smallest way, or even if you're trying to be funny. So I'm still going to take it.
I agree with that.
So if you
I will say there are good people in the industry. It's just rare.
And the thing too, like what, like it's like what, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can link with somebody, and you can link with somebody, and what you're looking for at that time is all you really wanted.
I agree.
Or you can sit there and just keep your options and different things open to where now you linking with somebody on a level that you never in your mind could even.
So I feel like that's happening more and more for me, is that, like, okay, that door didn't open because it wasn't supposed to. Cool. I don't take offense for it. But let me tell you how I even got to the studio was another podcast. Mm-hmm. Shout out to the Jaw Jacking boys, truly, because they weren't like that. Yep. They were like, you know what, hey, give me Aunt's number, like, all of that. And that was supposed to happen. Yep. I've collaborated with them. I have so much respect for them. They're in a whole different bracket. Like, we don't do the same thing, but we can support each other in that way. Another one is
You think your podcast better than theirs?
You know it is.
Okay.
Hey, jaw-jacking boys, I don't care. You probably listen to this. I'm going to post it later. But yeah, it is. Nah, they're my people.
I'm just playing. I had to stir the pot a little bit.
Tanya, I love you. But like, there are podcasts that work together. Look, you're on my podcast. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's a possibility to collaborate. A lot of people just won't because of that, the competition aspect. But we're not competing in the same field.
Not competing,
it's
it's not. It's just different. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just know for a fact, like me, like I don't feel like there's
no I for Chapman other than you.
Yeah, it's only like one me. Now there's a lot of amazing people that are doing amazing things.
I agree.
Out here,
I think I respect you a lot for that stuff.
Yeah, like I salute them. Like, you know what I mean? There's like I'll repost, I'll send vibes, you know what I'm saying? Comment.
Same. I'm a celebrator of people and of life in general.
I love it.
So
because I don't want it just to be where like, let's say if it's just one person doing something and then the one like that ain't no fun. I want it to be where like whoever like, oh hey, okay, we're gonna have a podcast rally, blah blah, or event, and then we all pulling up in some crazy stuff. We all coming through, blah blah. I'm like, dang, this looks crazy. Like this is all from y'all, all from Orlando.
It's like exciting. Like I love, like when I see new and upcoming things, and I'm just like, yo, they're really doing their thing. Like when I see your posts, I'm not just like, here comes Chapman. Mm-hmm. I'm genuinely, and I know I can learn from you. Like you already have a nonprofit. Like I'm in the works with that. Like you already have a clothing brand. You already, and like that's why I say I'm always about giving people flowers, because you are setting a bar for me. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm not doing the same things as him, but I know that I can get there, because if he can do it, I can do it. That's
Easy.
My vibe. Yeah.
Easy. And like one of the things I always encourage everybody to just remind, like, It wasn't all peaches and roses. Like it's still
it's
not.
Hard as hell.
It's a
people think that we just do this, right? But
it's a grind. Like day to day. Like one of the situations to where like if you don't have like a regular 9 to 5, you have to.
I can't even imagine.
You know what I'm saying? You have to go out there and figure it out, and then you can't get mad at nobody if the money don't come in. You have to look at yourself like, why didn't this happen? Or wow, okay, you did go. You did take a nap, or instead of there you
He's like, I didn't sleep all night, but you smoked.
You smoked instead of doing it. Okay, you missed the Zoom call, to where like now like that's one of the best things, to where you have to look at yourself in the mirror if something's not going around.
Accountability has to exist when you are a person that is trying to start a business from scratch. You have to be self-aware and self-accountable. Yep. Like there's no, like nobody's just gonna hand things to you. I don't care, with all the money in the world. Like you could have money, you could have your own studio and still not make it.
And the thing is to where like when opportunities come, you have to be ready for them opportunities, because it's been times where I'm out to eat with different people and I'm looking at, I already look at them as a mentor, right? And they sitting there asking me questions about my business, and the answers I didn't have right there on the spot as a business owner like I was supposed to. Instead, look at your phone, let me check I'm asking you these. I'm asking you these questions, and you don't know right there on the spot, to where even though I know they're not looking at me like that because of the relationship that we have, but in my head it's like,
I should have known.
I should have known that. Like, damn, like
I've had moments like that too. What's your podcast about? I'm like, dang, I know what it's about, but you know what I mean? Like, you don't have a spiel. You don't have like, because you're just doing it. I always tell people you have to be prepared to tell someone about your business wherever you go, because it's your business. If you're not, you're your biggest spokesperson. Like everyone can celebrate you, but if you're not really doing the work and knowing where your goal is, what you're trying to accomplish with it. It's funny. I had a guest one day. Shout out to Shaq. And it's funny.
Diesel Shaq?
Not Diesel.
Oh, I was like, well, damn. You talking about fly on the wall. You ain't no fly talking about Shaq. Like,
he was my guest last week. Well, he was my co-host last week. But it's funny because I told my kids, hey, Shaq's going to be on the show. And they met Shaq. So they were like, girl, you leveled up. And I was like, not that Shaq. Sorry, Shaq. But the first time he came on, and I didn't even know he was going to come on. He came on as a guest, right? You know, they all have an entourage when they're in the music business. And the first thing he asked me, and no one had ever asked me that, like, what is your podcast truly about? I have something online, my website, all this, but no one had ever asked me that. He's like, I just want to be respectful of what your goal is on your show. And I was just like floored because I didn't really even have an answer. Yeah. And that's that. Like, you know what your podcast is about. You know what you're trying to do. But dang, you have to be like this because anybody can ask you. And he threw me off.
And that's why it's really good and dope to be around like-minded people and people who do want to see you win. So like there is a lot of people
that are elevated to an extent because it makes you work harder. Like, oh.
Yeah, and at the same time too, like I ain't like in different ways.
Yeah. You need
there's some people like I don't really feel like there's like where like people like I see something and make me want to work harder.
Yeah. I like
But there's people who do inspire me to want to do more.
Yeah. Like
to where like if I see somebody whatever with something or they doing something, I'm not saying like I gotta tighten up and do this more. No. So I look at it.
I mean it in the sense of like inspiration.
Yeah, inspired.
Like, wow, like they really are doing their thing. Like, so I will say, like, you are a source of inspiration because like you do all the things that are for me. Like, it's not just I do all these things that make me money. I give back. I work hard to make sure that other people are taken care of. That's the level of respect that I have for you. That I'm just gonna put it there. But I just want to keep watching you grow. Like, I'm like that. I'm like cheering you on because I've heard your name. I mean, even early on my podcast. But I think this is the time that you should have been on. Like, I think timing is everything too.
Yeah. Timing is everything.
And I wasn't the same person I was a year ago.
Yeah.
I hope nobody is, right?
Nobody.
Like, I hope there's
every
growth,
day,
right?
Every
like,
day.
But people don't always think like that.
Yesterday.
Yeah, so truly.
Yeah.
Like but in watching you, I'm like, yo, it's a genuine, like, I'm clapping for you.
I definitely
but also
an
inspirational thing of like, you know what, like, okay, like I'm gonna put in the work, like, because I know that you're out there. Like, I didn't even know you didn't have a 9 to 5. I just knew like you were putting in the work just by your posts. Yeah. Because like it's a lot of people just think like, oh, I'm just gonna upload a picture. No, the whole environment, what it took to do that, to get you around people that are maybe helping you in their organization or like the kids that you impact, all of that.
And working with people and having people around you that like see your vision is very, very, very cute. Like I couldn't do.
It's vital.
Yeah, I couldn't do more than half of the things that I'm doing if I didn't have people who really believed in the vision. You know what I mean? Not like, oh, this is the vision for the Bill for Chapman in his name, but the vision of what we all can
outside of yourself
accomplish.
Are you a person that when you're gonna work with someone, kind of have the meetings of the minds and get together and like, hey, this is what I'm trying to accomplish with this? Do you have those? Because I don't feel like I have those yet.
Honestly, tell you true, I'll be sitting online like, it depends on how we met, how we even linked. You know what I'm saying? The different type of vibes.
Yeah, because a friend is different or someone you already socially know versus like, I just met you. Hey, what are we doing? I get that.
Like, let's say, okay, if I was on Instagram and I'm planning out content Z or something, all right? Yeah. And you got a podcast. And I'm already seeing your podcast. I've been seeing it. And I don't know you from a can of paint. I won't mind sliding your DMs and be like, hey, you know, I like what you got going on. Boom, boom. I think we can make something happen.
You're a rarity, though.
Yeah, well, but you're a rarity, but it's true. I really use social media for what social media is supposed to be for. So I have to get better
because I will be honest. I don't reach out to no one, even if I want to, and that's where I need to do better.
You should.
So like, no, it's true, but you did it. Like in talking to me, I'm just like, oh, like I could have done that because I admire you already. So it was just like I could have reached out.
Like,
you know,
I
gotta do better at that because social media freaks me out. I didn't do it before the podcast.
Like social media is for to socialize and network with people. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like if I see something that's going on,
you can network in your bed and you're doing something.
Like whatever, like I like the type of person I am. I'll look at the like Eminem bag, right?
I'm gonna put it out there because listen. He made fun of this Eminem bag earlier.
Right, so let's see. So I'll look at something like, what is it?
Do you think M&Ms have different flavors?
Based on
the color?
No, it's all one.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, they all one.
I just had that was a debate from like season 1, but
they all have the same. Now Skittles have different flavors.
Thank you,
but I think M&Ms.
M&Ms.
I think M&Ms are M&Ms.
Thank you. But yeah, guys.
But yeah, I'll look at the different
things.
This
is my favorite. By the way.
Yeah, I would look at different things, and I will actually like if the name of the bag had like a name, a company. I'm the type of person where I'll look it up on Instagram of the company name, and then I'll scroll all the way down, and then see who the first person.
Hey, little tips, write this down.
First or second person that they follow. Okay. Right, so if the first, second person they follow is somebody important enough in the company that I want to follow first. Okay. So then I go look in their page, see what they got going on. You know what I'm saying? So I do shit like that.
But that's no different than going to an event and networking there. You're literally probably just being more proactive because you could do that
all day,
10 times,
all day,
10 times in a day versus going to one event. Mm-hmm. So I gotta get better at that. What is your biggest tip for someone that's trying to start their own business, no matter what it is?
One, get whatever you believe in. You know what I'm saying? It could be whoever. Get connected with God. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't, like, God's gonna be there on the days where money's coming in. God's gonna be there on the days no money's coming in. God's gonna be on the days to where, like, who you should network with or link with or do business with. You know what I'm saying? On a different type of vibe like that. So I think that's like one of the first keys. And then if somebody say, oh, you know what? All right, okay, what's the next key? All right, well, the next one is having a game plan. Because once you have the game plan and once you have the blueprint, because people said a lot of people been telling me through the years, they're like, if they're trying to do something, they're like, I'm just trying to get my money right, or I'm trying to get the perfect time. There's no going to be no perfect time. There'll be no perfect time.
There's no perfect money. Like, there's just nothing.
And once you have the game plan or the blueprint, you can get as much money you want, and you can get people who believe in your vision. You know what I'm saying? So there might be a situation where, like, all right, for instance, like, I did a documentary for Dr. Phillips' football team, right? So I went to high school at DP, and I kind of low key put my foot in my mouth. You know what I'm saying?
No,
right?
We all do that.
So I went to the football practice. This is I think like 2017 type of thing, whatever, 18, 17. So I went to the football practice, and the football coach who is the football coach now, Coach Wells, he was my football coach, right?
Okay.
So I went to practice, and I'm like, hey, Coach, if DP had an all-time defensive team, who would be on the team? So then we naming different players and different things like that. And I'm like, dang, Coach, we ain't got none of it on film. He's like, no, I still got the people highlight tape. I said, no, but we don't got the actually like the documentary of like walking through the locker rooms eating, you know what I'm saying, before the games and you know what I'm saying, yeah. So then he like, dang, you right. I said, man, Coach, let me do a documentary. I don't even know how to work a camera. He said, okay. And then when he said okay, I'm like, shit, like I'm like, oh, well, okay, well, let me put this together now. I wasn't even thinking about this. So then I linked up with a company, my boy, his name is Abstract Visuals, right?
Okay.
So
shout out
to Abstract. You know what I'm saying? So I linked up with him. I told him the vision. Now, this is the vision of, there's no budget.
No.
Coach Wells did say, okay, I'm about to get this money from the DP alumni, and boom. This is where I'm sitting there telling another company who you got bills, you got cameras and expenses and different things like that.
I don't even know how to work a camera. Like, I barely know how to work my phone.
I don't know at all. Like, different type of content I have. Like, if I didn't have people who believed in the vision or believed what I got going on, I couldn't push out as much content that I push out because it costs money.
I agree. If I didn't have Ant out here, this would not be a show. Like, I'm just gonna keep it real. When we started this podcast, I was literally in the living room of one of my close friends, and that's how we did it. We pressed play. Yeah. Like, and it's okay to, I don't know about this, but I'm gonna learn, or I have enough people, and it's okay to rely on good people that have your back to do that. That was a learning curve for me because this is it. Like, I do it all. Like, I got to do it. And I'm learning to be like, you know what? Like, this is his strength. So let me learn from that. Like,
and also, too, where you have to actually bring value to the table to where not like you're not using anybody.
Oh, because I don't believe in using people.
So, like, even with different things with the documentary.
Love you.
Like, so even with, like, the documentary that we did, it was like a fact to where, like, all right, I'm helping you get your name out there. You know what I'm saying? And then
it's twofold.
And things led to so much more just from him believing in the vision.
Yeah.
The NFL reached out to us. We did something with the NFL. Amazing. We did it was so much more things that led to different kind of vibes. So when you do have a vision and you have a map out, now of course you can have a budget, you can have this, you can have that. But I've seen personally where somebody might have a whole bunch of money and then okay, that ain't go nowhere. It's just a lot of wasted money.
They don't have, because it's not, okay, you have a vision, but then you actually have to put in the damn work. Like a lot of people that have the money and have maybe the vision, that's the in-between. Yep. Like you can't, you have the money and vision, what's the rest? It's that part that people don't understand, that it's just so much greater than just having money. Like I know people that with money that are broke in the sense of like they don't have anything to show for it. Yeah. There's nothing to show for it. And
like I said, where people who have money, we're like, what is it? Money is. I'm not the person where I'm sitting there where I'm shitting on money or turning money. No. Money is an amazing thing, but money. When I got older, I seen money is a tool.
So for me,
you have to use money as a tool,
as a way to
to where it leads to more, because it's always going to be more money that you're gonna want.
Yeah.
Somebody be like, hey, what you want? Like, I want $1 million. Okay, cool. And then when you get that $1 million, and then now you're around other people who got millions, you're the poor person. You're like, don't worry, I got it. I'll take care of the bill. Because they be like, we don't want you to spend none of your money. I always told
you're
poor.
I always told my kids, like, even in a room full of money, act like you're poor. Believe that you're poor, so that the craving, not for the money, but the hunger behind it to get you somewhere is where it's going to get you. Like,
that passion.
Like the passion behind it. I want to close this out, but I want to ask you what would be a word of advice that you wish you had growing up and starting your businesses, that maybe you could tell somebody out there?
When you work hard enough and you just keep building and building day in, day out, every second of the day, God's going to honor that, and God's going to bring the right people in your life.
I agree with
where
that.
Some things you're not going to understand, some things are going to be hard, some things you like, okay, why isn't the person who I love, blah, blah, not supporting me like this, or why the person who I'll give you the shirt off my back.
Those are blessings in the sky.
They're all blessings. But once you have you're working, you just focus, you work, and when you're running a race. So when you're running a race, don't look left and look right, or what shoes they got on, or are they running faster than me. You just work on yourself day and day.
It's your race.
It's your race. It's your race, and to stay focused and run your run. Run your race.
I agree with that.
Set your own pace.
Mr. I4 Chapman, where can they find you? What's your next event? Because I know you always have something going on.
Yes.
Let them know.
You can follow me on social media at I4 Chapman. My business page, New West Orlando. My foundation page, NWO_foundation.
You got everything.
Yeah. my other Instagram page, Orlando vs. the World.
That's a lot.
Yeah, you can get my merch and my hoodies and hats and, you know what I'm saying, rubber bands, everything like that at orlandoversetheworld.net.
Okay. So check that out.
We have another community event coming up next month. I'm still just getting the right date, because quick little thing. So one of the neighbors, when we did the homeless event, they called the cops on us, right? But
why do people do that?
In her defense, I only can imagine what she's been through. Like, you live next to a homeless thing. Well,
I agree. I understand.
So I gave her the benefit that I ain't look at it like as to like, you green, like Karen. Okay. I only can imagine what she's been through. You know what I'm saying? You can't agree. If you bring your grandkids over, you can't even run around the house because like.
I get it.
So I get that. Actually, so I'm not downgrading. But when she did do that, the amazing officers that did pull up, they gave me a lot of dope information.
Okay.
So we did it the right way, and we ain't do nothing like against. But they said they started Orlando Police Department started a department to help
for nonprofits.
For the homeless.
Okay.
So I want to link up with them before I actually get the exact date. So we got another one of those coming up.
That's cool.
I
really respect that.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, Man, hey, shout out to the cops, man. Shout out to Sheriff Nina
the
and all them.
Like, hey, the police. You got a lot of police on your Instagram.
I ain't got no problem with them.
Me neither.
Hey, man, shout out to the police. They doing their job. Like, you know
that's
what I'm
all
saying?
they can do.
They doing their job.
Right, they're doing their job, right?
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, everybody, you know what I'm saying? Some kind of way it might be a bad person. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you go to Chipotle and there's one rude person, like, you ain't gonna go to Chipotle no more. Like,
no, I'm still eat Chipotle.
I'm two bad people.
I might go to a different one, but I'ma still eat Chipotle.
Exactly, you didn't go to another one, right?
That's all it is. Yeah. Everywhere there's a bad seed, you just gotta. Yeah, exactly.
But me and my partner Chris from Pro 192 Studios, we're coming up with an event on Labor Day. Okay. It's going to be called
literally in a few days.
Yeah, literally in a few days. It's going to be called the Cook Up at the Cookout.
Okay.
So we're going to have producers where they're going to be first. It's Labor Day, so we got to eat good. So
we're going to say you said producers.
Yeah.
Food.
Yes, food.
Barbecue.
Got to eat good. You know what I'm saying?
Matters.
That first at the cookout, we about to eat good, right?
You said cookout, and then you started talking about music. I don't care.
Because Pro 192 is a studio.
Okay.
It's a music studio.
Okay.
So we're going to eat good food, right? Have the different vendors, boom, support the business owners.
I'm going to need you to post about the food.
Definitely.
Maybe so I can attend.
Of course. You're definitely more than welcome. But we're going to have like a plug and play.
Okay.
Then after the plug and play, it's going to be like 3 events in one. Well, 4 events in one, basically. So after it's gonna be plug and play. After plug and play, then we're gonna have a producer cook up where the producers can cook up type of thing separately. You know what I'm saying? Then afterwards, we're going to pick the certain different type of beats, clear out the different the room, and we're gonna work on our next album because we, Oh yeah, that's another thing. My album out now called Code Orange. You can look it up on all platforms.
Orange.
You can type it in Pro 192 NWOENT Code Orange. It's gonna pop up. It is very diverse. It's a very diverse project. It's a very a lot of different talents from here in Orlando.
I'm all for the music. If you ever follow me, like that's what I like. That's my niche.
Oh yeah,
like,
Code Orange. You're gonna love it. We have some EDM on there. We have some R&B. We have some hip hop. We have some reggaeton. You know what I'm saying?
You saw how he looked at me and said reggaeton?
Reggaeton. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We got some of all that. We in Orlando, so we gotta.
Everything. Well, I'm eclectic. Like
diverse.
I like soca, I like reggae, I like all of that.
All
okay.
That.
All right.
So yeah, y'all can check me out and
Before I go, and I don't, maybe I'm gonna learn from you. I'm gonna talk about I'm gonna start doing sponsorship packages, and I wanted to mention it here, because I know you do all of that stuff too, and I'm learning and I'm growing, and I'm ready for the growth. So I wanted to post on here, but I'm gonna post it onto my Instagram page on both the pages, but it's just a package of sponsorships. If you guys want to do that, I'm doing I will
shout out
post.
to your eyebrow tech. Look at your eyebrows on fleek on the big. Okay. That could be the first sponsor. You know what I'm saying? Eyebrow tech. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to who did your eyebrows?
Actually, it's been so long, I don't even know. I just touch them up myself. But,
it could be you.
I will put her out. I will give you guys her info because the eyebrows. You are a creative. He got me tongue tied because no one ever really mentions my eyebrows, but that means you are a creative because people that notice that. But yeah, I'm trying to grow.
My bad, you ain't trying, you doing it. So
I am growing.
You know what I mean?
You're growing.
I'm growing. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing I was like, we ain't trying to do nothing no more.
Because we're doing it. We're doing it. It's true.
It's different. We're doing it.
I'm doing it.
You're growing.
But yeah, thank you. I appreciate you. And yeah, I will support everything that you do. Let's go.
Hey,
let's
vice versa.
put in the work.
You know what I'm saying? I'm inspired.
See, you see, he could have cut that, cut. No, I'm just kidding. You know why? Because everybody's aspired right now, right? We're doing it. Well, that's what I'm trying to do is aspire and become something greater than myself. So that's all we're doing. But you are too. So, guys, you know me. I'm Aspired Jay, and we are Aspired Podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. Love you. Bye.
Bye.